Hi everyone. So, fantastic news. Phantom Fall has finally been finished in its editing phase anyway. So, I haven't decided on a complete release date yet because what a lot of people don't know is for my last book, I did set the release date for October 31st, and I'm leaning towards that for this one as well. However, I don't want to officially announce it because last time I did that, I almost didn't give myself enough time to fully edit the book. So it's like during the last 2 weeks, I was really panicking. So I don't want to go through that again this time around. But you learn a little bit, right? And that kind of brings me to my next thing: health in the writer. It's something I've been thinking about a little bit because we put both our bodies and our minds on for our dreams, and I think I think there's a better way to handle that, and I kind of want to give a couple of tips that I think not only helps me but will hopefully help you, the watcher, and hopefully the readers as well. And if you're whether you're an author or maybe you can apply these sort of things to your everyday life and tweak it to whatever it is, whatever dream you're pursuing. So I think I think what's really important is to, if you want to be an author, talk to your friends and family. Whether they understand your writing process or not, it's helpful to just talk to somebody, especially somebody that cares about you, because whether they understand or not, they'll if it's your mom, sister, your 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 best friend, girlfriend, you can really talk it out with these people, and I think it gives you a moment of clarity. And if you just had like a really rough chapter where either things weren't rolling or because it's a very emotional chapter, you couldn't quite get through it. I think talking it out with somebody that you're close to is a very healthy situation. And another thing is, you can't be a writer 24/7. Sure, you'll probably have a part-time job, and authors even have full-time jobs. I did for a while before I was able to move part-time and work on my writing stuff full-time. And I think having another hobby outside of those two things is important. Me, I dance for about 6 months out of the year. There's a studio in my hometown that I go to, and it's a blast. It's that thing that I can go to and not think about anything else, and I can enjoy. I can get a little bit of exercise too, and then it's very rewarding. I think having something like that is extremely important. Also, if you want to be a writer, it's surprising that I have to say this, but I have a problem with this. Make time to read. Anytime I read, I think it makes me a better author, especially if I'm reading from somebody who's really experienced, like Frank Herbert or Stephen King. Uh, Even reading authors that are somewhat new or obscure is very rewarding. That, and it's back to the other thing. It's a hobby. It's something to have to sort of separate yourself, but at the same time you're learning. And I think reading is a very important activity for an author to have. But a lot of times you get caught up so much in your current manuscript that you forget to read. I know I do. It's not something I'm perfect at, but it's something to keep in mind. Another thing is, stay hydrated while you write. So your brain and your hands are the muscles that make everything work. And a lot of times you can find yourself writing for hours upon hours, and then you find yourself to be so tired. And I think staying hydrated while you write is very important. And it seems like a no-brainer, like reading, but it's one of those things where you got to kind of remind yourself to do it. Me, I drink a lot of V8. I love the stuff, and no, this isn't product placement. I drink a lot of V8 while I write. Sometimes I'll drink coffee because I'm cliche, but V8 is my big go-to thing to drink. You know, drink something healthy. Try to stay away from pop. I mean, if that's what gets you rolling, then go for it. But I would recommend drinking something healthy and something that will keep your brain hydrated because really that's the thing that makes the magic happen. And to go along with that, authors aren't always seen as the healthiest people. I get plenty of exercise at work and then at dance, but when I'm sitting down for hours upon hours, it's easy to forget to get up and move around. And not only does that wear you out, it's also not good for your back. It's not good for your posture. It's not good for your overall health. It could lead to potential problems. And I think getting up, move around at least every hour, maybe even every 30 minutes is healthy. Even if it's just to go walk to the other side of your house or your apartment, whatever, you know, just to get the blood flowing through your legs so you're not just sitting there for 5 hours straight. Yes, I get it. There's crunch time, but you are your most important asset. If you have to end up in the hospital, you're going to end up losing more time than you would have lost, you know, getting off your butt to go exercise a little bit. You know, maybe take 5 minutes to sort of stretch it out, and you're gonna your ideas are gonna be flowing more better, flowing better anyway. I think another thing that really helps is finding a writing group. I'm part of a writing group, and it's extremely helpful because not only are they all talented authors and writers in their own right, but they all work in their own genre. Like, for example, one guy does westerns, another does poetry, children's book, one does superheroes, science fiction. It's good to have that variety and to see how other genres think, how other writers in other genres think, and I think it's good to also have kindred spirits too. Is like earlier where I was talking about your friends and families who might not necessarily understand what the process is like and what you kind of have to go through. But if you enter a writers group, they will all understand because they're all sort of going through the same thing, or at least have gone through the same thing. And last but not least, probably the most important in my opinion is enjoy the experience. Now this is kind of one that I thought of when I saw an interview with Patrick Stewart where he was talking about the first season he did on Star Trek where he took it super serious and you know he saw himself as a professional actor and then he sort of realized that he was fulfilling his dream and he wasn't really enjoying it because he took it so seriously and then he started to have a little more fun with it and not only did his character become better but also he enjoyed the experience of playing Picard. So just kind of don't stress so much about it. It's easier said than done. I get it. I stress about writing every now and then. I used to do it all the time, but here's the thing. It's not good for you to stress out about writing constantly because at first you're not going to be making a lot of money. It's very rare to make a lot of money off your first, second, or even third book. But once the ball gets rolling, the longer you work at it, the more of an audience you're going to build. You know, there's always that saying, you know, never give up too soon because you never know when when you'll be digging through that wall, which is life, and there's diamonds just around the corner, and you want to get there. Everybody wants to get there. Everybody wants to achieve their dreams, but too many times people give up because it's difficult or because they can't enjoy it. Take a step back. Realize that you are trying to achieve something that most people are too afraid to do. You are trying to achieve your dream. You are trying to be an author, an actor, a cook, a delivery driver, a politician, whatever it is you're trying to be. You're trying to achieve your dreams. And that's commendable. No matter what stage you're at, no matter how difficult it is, it's commendable. And remember that. You should be proud of that. And you will find success. If it's what you're meant to do, you will find success. And as long as you work hard at it, as long as you keep a good attitude, good will come of it. So, health in the rider. It's an important thing. It's, like I said, you are your most important asset. And if you don't take good care of yourself, both mentally and physically, you're not going to be able to succeed. You're going to end up doing more harm than good to yourself. At the end of the day, only you are going to be with you throughout this entire journey, 110%. Like what you see here, hit the subscribe button, check out my author page, follow me on Twitter, and remember, stay healthy.